Luis, if you're playing it, that shit's badass. Hello.
Check. Hey, I just got the notification on Facebook.
Yeah, man. I think it's live.
Yes, sir.
Whoa. I can't believe it.
I don't believe it.
It's fucking Monday. Dude, I still can't get used to this fucking time change. That shit sucks.
Hey, is your microphone on, Bruce?
My microphone is on.
You sure?
Yeah, bro. It says that it's on.
I'm not hearing it over here.
That's how I was asking if you could hear it because I have an issue with the cable, I think.
No, that didn't do anything. It's probably back in the mixer, dude. Yeah, because even my microphone, it feels like it's a little too loud, like it might be clipping.
Check.
That's fucking weird, bro.
Hey, Luis, maybe you muted the wrong microphone, dude. Maybe you muted.
Nah, try it, Bruce.
Bet.
Yeah, there it is.
Fuck. That was scary. All right, there it is.
Like I said, he's my executive producer.
I ain't getting paid for this, bro.
The real deal.
Yeah, honestly, I think you need that every single show. That's what keeps it like entertaining. At
Wait a
least in the
second,
beginning.
did he got paid on Friday?
Oh, I don't
What?
know.
No.
Did they give us checks?
You got paid on Friday.
Yeah, for flipping burgers.
Nah, bro, you got paid on Friday for that set you did.
You did a sit off? Oh, that's right.
Set. What you talking about?
Oh, he's talking about when Marley and D came over and we helped him out, bro.
I'm talking about them $40, though.
Well, they right here, bro.
Hey, that sounds like a 24 pack over there by the LAFC stadium, man.
That's why ever since I take $40 personal now. that 24 pack in Los Angeles, bro, when they charge us up the ass to that neighborhood.
That shit
I
was
like,
crazy.
what the fuck?
Yeah, but
That shit was
anyways,
crazy.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Kick It Podcast, coming to you live from Oceanside. It's another Monday. It's a little rainy outside. Hopefully, you guys are somewhere warm and safe and enjoying this cold weather. We have Bizzy Balboa in the fucking studio tonight.
What's good?
What's up? How you doing?
Great. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you for coming out.
I'm excited.
So, for those who don't know, she's an artist and she is also the host of the Get to Know Me podcast. We had her scheduled for January, but it was that one day where there was hell like crazy.
Yeah.
It got fucking crazy, and that weather is unheard of over here.
Yeah, for sure.
But hey, man, thank you for coming out.
I appreciate it, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah,
I'm ready to kick it.
Hell yeah. Victor, Bruce, how y'all doing?
Well, you found me on the floor and woke me up to do the show, so I guess I'm doing all right.
At least you woke up, bro.
One more day.
Damn, Bruce. Yeah, on my end, I'm pretty all right, man. I can't complain. It was kind of a weird day. It rained for a little bit, and then now it's windy as fuck. But I mean, if you're hearing this like days later, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
True.
It's been super windy.
It is fucking windy, dude. I hate windy days, especially when it's like light drizzle, like how we got today. Because it feels like it slaps you in the face, dude. That shit just gets me pissed.
Dude, today I saw the most aggressive like drizzle, if that makes sense. It was like it wasn't raining, like it wasn't hard enough for it to be rain, but it wasn't like a soft like drizzle. It was just like, it was rough.
Yeah, with the wind, right? Yeah, dude, that shit fucking sucks, man. It's the worst.
I know what you mean.
But anyway, Bizzy, what's been up?
Man, just getting ready to drop this album, man. Just working crazy, plotting and planning the next move. A lot.
Well, tell us a little bit more about that album.
Well, I'm naming it Purification, and basically that is the act of cleansing something. So I think that was like the perfect name, being that we going through COVID and all this shit, and then also just me going through like a spiritual journey where I feel like a lot of the old me, the old ways that I have been living by, kind of dropping them off, and growing into a different being, per se. So I don't know. It's a very different project compared to the last one I dropped, but it's still kind of on that same thing because a lot of my music is like up and down. It's like I call it like roller coaster type of music because it's like super fun, and then there's some depressing shit where you like thinking like, damn, this hit my heart, and then it's like some like very beautiful stuff where it kind of inspire you. And so I'm just excited. I'm ready for everybody to hear it.
Oh man, how long have you been working on this project for?
Pretty much the whole quarantine, and I kind of planned it a little bit towards the end of the last year where I decided where I was gonna start dropping videos, like 1 minute videos. I already knew I was gonna do that, but I've been doing all of that and I hadn't even started recording the project. I just already knew what I wanted to do. So some of the songs that I've been dropping with the videos, they're just rough drafts that I recorded at my house. I don't
Mhm.
really the stuff that I do at home, I don't really count that as like official
Yeah.
because I don't really have a lot of the presets and things where I can really like funk it the way I want to. So I use it whenever I'm doing some of my projects, but I don't really consider it the official sound. So a lot of the videos that I was releasing, that's not the official version of the song. It's just something I did at my house.
It's like more like little sneak peeks type of
Yeah,
thing.
like sneak peeks. And I also feel like people attention span is very short. And the last video I did, it didn't get that many views as quickly as I wanted it to. So I was like, instead of giving them full videos and paying all of this money, I'm gonna do 1 minute videos and give them snippets and have them wanting me to make longer videos to the point where they start watching them.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a good
But
fucking way to get like a lot of attention and viewers and stuff. Hey, kudos to you, man. That's I didn't really think of that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
that's a good thought process right there, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been working. Everybody like, damn, that's a tease. I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's the whole
that's what
point,
it's
because
supposed to
none of
be.
y'all stay for the rest of it.
Right. Like the last video was like stuck at like 500 views for a while, and I had paid, I paid the girls, the model in it, I paid the videographers and stuff. So I was like, y'all gonna have to work for this for me to put in that type of money again. But it's been, they got it to like 1,200 after I announced that. I was like, damn, the last video didn't get that much. I guess they was like, fuck that, let's run it up. So it did get to 1,200, but I would like to, start getting more. I want authentic views. I've always wanted authentic views. So
Mhm.
I don't really like to, try to pay to put it on anything. And there's no shade to anybody that does. I just always wanted to try to see what I could do on my own. So I'm still pushing that, that authentic way.
I feel it. I feel it, man. So how do you feel this project has been different than the other ones?
I feel like with this one, it's not that personal like I've done in the past. I feel like this is kind of like more universal music where everybody kind of feel it different songs you'll be able to catch on to. But
Mhm.
I also feel like on this one, I'm like really kind of going in with my lyricism, like showing people how I can really play with words. It's kind of fun the way I've been switching up my style. So I'm excited because I never really rapped like this before.
I feel it. I feel it. Now, how do you think your style has changed from this album previous to the other ones?
Man, I think that like I don't know. I really I'm kind of like getting more into like history, so I'm like really like digging deep into like history and learning about different things. So like the music I make, sometimes it's like different shit I'm talking about, and you may not really understand what I'm saying. It might be coded, and sometimes I really don't know what the fuck I'm talking about until I listen back to it, and I'm like, damn, like that was pretty deep. So I feel like this time it's gonna be a lot of lyrics that you're probably gonna have to wonder, like, okay, what all did that mean?
Mhm.
It's gonna be kind of on that
Yeah,
type of
definitely.
level. But I plan to do some like little lyric breakdown videos so that people can feel where I was coming from in certain tracks. Cause I feel like some of those tracks is gonna be like, okay, this shit deep, I feel it, but what all does it mean?
Yeah, so
True.
what do you think influenced you the most trying to like work in this project?
I think really just like the things that's going on in the world, and then just me personally growing and learning more about like myself. I did like not too long ago I did like this little DNA swab thing.
Oh, what? For real?
Yeah,
How much is
because
that?
I wanted to know like what all like I know a lot of people they be like, don't do that shit, the government will have your DNA. But I was I don't know if it's true, but I always wanted to know like what all So it was crazy because it was like a lot of Nigerian, and it was like Vietnamese and all kind of stuff, Finnish, and I'm like, what? I got all kind of stuff in me. So just learning about like those cultures, like once I found out what all I'm mixed up, I started to like dig into those type of cultures and see like what all they do. And like lately I be watching a lot of Korean videos out of nowhere, like even just of their food. Like I don't know, I want to connect and see, like, if I can remember something from a past life, if something sparked, like, I be on that type of
Hey,
shit.
that is tight.
But I've always liked a lot of the different things in the Asian culture, and even like with African background, like I've always liked that too. So it's like it made sense when I looked at it and saw that type of different things in my DNA. I was like, that shit makes sense. I've always liked certain things. So yeah, just learning about different stuff like that, it's inspired my music, because now I'm looking into that stuff, and then I incorporate some of that stuff that I'm learning into the music too. So you'll hear songs like on the project, I got a song called Rituals, where I'm talking about how a lot of the times, like with black people, we feel like a lot of the stuff we see people do uh in black cultures, like Haitian people, they consider that like voodoo stuff. They like, oh, stay the fuck away from that type of shit, this and that.
I
But
heard
they
that
they
before.
don't really know that like a lot of those different rituals, like our people used to do, like they used to do that way before we even knew it.
And
So
that's like part of the religion, right?
yeah, it's like a part of their religion. It's different cultures that do different versions of rituals. Not all of them are voodoo, but people look at all of them and they're like, all of it is voodoo, all of it is like evil, stay away from it. But they don't really know like the background of it. So I got that song called Rituals, where I'm like basically like spitting, talking about different rituals that we used to do. Even dancing really is a ritual, and the way we make love, everything. Like they don't really know. So that song is pretty dope, because even though I'm spitting the truth, it's like hype as fuck. So it's kind of like some shit you can dance to and turn up to, even though it's like some real truth in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you already release the project, or is still kind of like
It's it's
pending on
uh
release date?
it's still brewing. I'm halfway through. I got like maybe four more songs to record, and then we're gonna go through the mix and mastering process, and I hope to release it by May. That's been the goal, to drop it by my birthday. I've always wanted to drop something on my birthday, which is May 8th. So cross my fingers. Hopefully I have it done. Like it's there though. It's almost there.
Nice.
Hell yeah, no, and it's crazy, man. I'm glad you finally made it out here, because the last time we me and Victor did the interview for the Get to Know Me podcast,
Yeah.
Oh
and
yeah.
and which, by the way, great job with that podcast.
Thank you.
It's dope.
Thank
It
you.
really is. And before that, last time we had talked was Queen's Cup, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
over
Yeah.
at
It was Queen's Cup over there at the base.
off
Yeah, off
base
base
Off
off
bar.
base
base.
bar.
Yeah, yeah. Man, so we got a little history.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's been a couple of years in the works,
Yeah.
but hey, we have Trey Boogie saying dope, good work, and Creaser and their pop star saying what's up.
Yeah, man.
So what's up to you guys? Hopefully you guys stay tuned. But yo, hey, tell us a little bit more about the podcast. How did that get started?
Man, like Get to Know Me podcast, I really just started that because like sometimes I be online and I be ranting and raving and shit, and
Mhm.
I'm sometimes I just be going off and I'm like, man, let me delete that shit. Like,
Hitting that
like,
live button and
yeah, and
shit,
sometimes
yeah.
you get caught up in all them fucking news media things, and sometimes you just be like, man, fuck that shit, and then you're like, oh, let me delete that. I don't want people to think. So I got to the point where I was like, let me, instead of me being like all opinionated online, let me just make a podcast where I could just rant and rave and shit. And then like if people want to listen to it, they listen to it. It is not like forced. So I started doing that like for like 2 years. I just would go on that shit. And I used to have like set days, but then I wouldn't stick to the shit. So I just would come on randomly. I never really kept a set day.
Mhm.
And it would get like a lot of plays, but shit, even one was like 200 something plays, and I just
God
wanted to talk a
damn.
shit. I'm like, damn, I'm really doing something with this. But I started wanting to interview people. So here and there I would interview people, but it wasn't like often. And then it was like recently, last year in September during the quarantine, I had put a post on Facebook, and I was like, if anybody wants to get interviewed from my hometown, like hit me up, because the San Diego artists out here, they grinding. Like maybe I can like, I don't know, introduce people from San Diego and Georgia
Mhm.
to each other, and we can make like some type of little networking type of thing. So I had like, damn, like hundreds of comments on there where people were like, yeah, interview me. And it was mostly people from my hometown. So once I started to like interview them, a lot of people from San Diego started hitting me saying, hey, I want to get interviewed. So I started to interview every fucking body all the time because I had so much time on my hands. And honestly, I was getting to the point where I was getting depressed because the quarantine, I mean, COVID, it put me in the position where I was like not really working no more. So I had been working 4 years straight, like hella hours. I was working management position at T-Mobile. So I was like, I didn't really have an outside life. I didn't know what it was to like stop. So that shit started to send me in a spiral. And I was like, I gotta get busy. I gotta find a way to get busy. So interviewing so many people, that shit rejuvenated me. You know, it gave me life, and I was dropping them all on the same day because a lot of people was like, "Why don't you just spread them out?" But I was like, "Nah," because I want to make it like it's a show. Like you can
Yeah,
tune in to all of these different people, and then you can listen to them all throughout the week. You don't have to like try to rush and listen to them because I feel like if I string it out, not many people will listen to each person. But if I make it like this big event, everybody will probably get a chance to be heard. And I had all kind of people reaching out to me saying that they were listening, and people I'd never met, like all over the world. I was interviewing people in Baltimore, people in Chicago, people in Florida, just everybody. It just started to be a wave of people, and it was great. But it started to get super overwhelming. Because it's just not something that one person could keep up with. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I started to spread them out, and now I just got it to the point where it's sort of like invite only, just to, keep it at a point where I can work with people that's more on the professional side. I know y'all know working with some artists it ain't really that easy, so I had to keep it where it's like I'm working with more professional people, but I also wanted to spread out and not just talk to just music artists. So, I've been talking to all kind of people, different people that's been, making different moves in the world, and artists and different people. So I don't know, it's growing. I never really intended on it being this. Like honestly, I never thought that it would be what it is. I just was talking shit one day.
You seem
So
excited. You seem excited about all this.
yeah,
Even the tone and the body figure, like out,
yeah.
it's overwhelming, but you're happy and you're
Yeah,
excited about what it's gonna bring
I
more.
mean, yeah, because like I always have had like a connection with people. Like, I never really meet a stranger. Like it's always love. That's why I go by that big love shit, because it's always love. Everybody I meet, it's always like immediately like we get along. Like I have friends of all kind of races, cultures, different people, like just connected as hell. Like people just cool. And I don't know, like just meeting people like that, and just people like loving it and recommending it. That shit was in. I needed that. So yeah, I'm excited about it, even though it was overwhelming.
Mhm. Bet.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, dude.
yeah. So you think it grew a little bit at like a little bit more than you thought it would be?
Yeah, like I think that like my Spotify, it said I had grew like 882% since the previous year, and I was like, what kind of fucking numbers is that? Like, that's like damn zero. I must have had nobody listening because that shit was incredible, but it's crazy, and it's still getting a lot of numbers, whether I like do it every Saturday or I just go on a rant and rave. But still a lot of
Mhm.
people listening, but it's just I really have no idea still like what all I'm gonna do with it. It's just still something that I want to keep it like a hobby. I don't want to make it to where it's like super, it's like something taking over, because at the end of the day music is always first. But I just do love doing that on the side. But it would be cool to branch off, because one day I do want to branch off and do other stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's one of the things you've learned from artists doing the podcast and interviewing them?
We're all really the same. Honestly, we're extremely different, but we have a lot of similarities with just the way that we. I think that the way that the music allows us to cope with a lot of things that other people go through life, and it's just like normal. And we use the music to be able to go through what they go through,
Yeah, yeah.
and we all really we all are so connected, and we try to be so different, and it's crazy because I'm listening to all of these different artists, and they tell me their process, and they're telling me like the things that go on in their head, and I'm like, damn, like we so alike, and everybody sound like my best friend that I'm interviewing. It's crazy. Like all the interviews to me, I was like, damn, people are probably gonna feel like I'm being cliche because I don't feel like I'm being that different with any other artists. I feel like it's the same. My reactions are the same to their music. It's the same to everything, but it was real, and I couldn't fake it. Like I was like, damn, it's just I feel like, damn, like I want to be your friend because I feel like I know you. Like I don't know, it was just so cool to meet so many people that were familiar and they understand what I go through and they understand how I feel when I'm writing music or how my life was. Some of them had very, very challenging childhoods, and it's like you would look at them and never think that at all because of the way that they carry themselves. So it also gave me a big insight about, like, don't judge a book by their cover. I've never really done that, but just to really see people and like, damn, they're telling you like, oh, I was a foster child or this and that, and like, wow, like you're doing it so big, like you're doing so many amazing things, like you would have never known your story was so challenging like that. So
Yeah.
it's very incredible to talk to so many different people that have so many different journeys, and it inspires you not to really complain because somebody probably had it worse.
Yeah, no, that's very true.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think your podcast is going to be going forward on that?
I definitely want to see it continue to grow. Like I feel like that would be the dopest type of career, to just be a podcast host and just be making money off that, interviewing people and talking shit and smoking weed and kicking back and traveling and shit. I would love to have that job. Like I would do that all day and do music as a hobby. Shit, I would swap. I would swap like a motherfucker, but I would, I want to have it on like platforms, and I want to be able to merge and have. I don't have to necessarily continue my own podcast. Like I'm down with merging or doing something else. Like right now, I'm helping with Activated Podcasts. I do them on Sundays, or I just go on and talk to them on Sundays about different things that's going on, and then I'm helping Parker Edison with his podcast. He just got on KPBS. So, I pop on there every now and again and do interviews with people, but I'm trying to see where that shit take me.
Yeah.
Like that shit, interviewing people and hosting, I'm down with that.
Yeah, hey, shout out to Activated Podcast, the Parks and Edison project out there, man. Dude, I've been following Activated Podcasts on Instagram, dude. They're
Yeah.
on it, bro.
Yeah,
They
they
really
be on
They're
are.
it,
on
man.
it.
They run a tight system, and I'm just happy to be able to go in there and just talk shit. That's all I do. That's
Mhm.
my role. They asked me to just come on the podcast and talk shit. I was like, cool, I'm good with that. I'm super into history and just justice and the right things happening. I'm not a troublemaker, and I don't consider myself that, but I definitely like to speak up if something ain't
Yeah.
right, or do what I can to be a part of the community. I'm new to San Diego, but I definitely feel like I'm a part of the community. So I try to, do whatever I can if there's something around. Like, I'm emailing council members when they had the little thing about not sleeping in your cars. I'm like, hey, what y'all doing? That ain't right.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah, I emailed them and they responded back like, oh, we're gonna have a meeting about it. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I try to do my part, man. I'm not a person that talk about it. I try to do it. Like, hey, what can be done? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to Activated. They dope.
So you say you aren't originally from San Diego. Where are you originally from, if I may ask?
Oh, I'm from originally Valdosta, Georgia, 229. Shout out to the whole community down there. But that's the same city where the Kendrick Johnson case is going on.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it has that big history, and they just decided to reopen that. So that's a big thing going on in the news. But yeah, that's where I'm from, a very, very rural type of country place. And shout out to the people there. It's not an easy place to be. You know,
Was there any like culture shock moving from over there to here?
not really. It was just kind of, I've lived a few places, but just seeing how San Diego, it's like it's a lot of representation here. So you got a little bit of everybody here, and you can go a little bit of anywhere and find anybody. So that was dope. And the food, getting used to the food, but now shit, I'm hella used to the food. And I feel like what I'm gonna do if I ever leave here. You know what I mean? Like it was like the opposite. I came here eating like all kind of crazy stuff, uh, everything. Now I'm like so California out. I don't eat no meat like that. Like I'm on the smoothies every day and all that shit. So California has changed me. They got me eating right and everything. Yeah. But yeah, I love it here. Like I don't really want to leave. I feel like it's the place where I was supposed to be, even with my name, Bizzy Balboa. Like when I moved to San Diego, the first thing I saw was like Balboa, some type of sign, and I'm like, what the fuck? I had no idea, but that shit spoke out to me. I was like, this shit is weird. And when I started finding out, like, oh, it's Balboa Park, it's Balboa this and that, I'm like, that's crazy because my name was already that before I came here. I had no idea about any of that. You know, I don't know. Felt like
Saw
a
it.
sign.
Yeah, saw
Yeah.
Balboa
It
Park.
was
Like, oh,
literally a
this is
Balboa
it.
sign, bro.
Park.
Yeah, literally. Like that is a sign. Like, what the fuck?
How did you
Yeah,
even
that's
get your
fucking
name in the
great.
first place?
I always was busy. Like I don't even remember how I got that name. I guess from just being busy because I feel like I've always been like that. But the Balboa part, my best friend, he passed away. His name is Pooney, God rest his soul. But he passed away June 2018, and we used to do skits, and we used to be always like fucking off and acting wild way before like all of that shit was like a thing, Vine and all of that. But I used to go by Cocky Balboa. That was my character. And for some reason, he told me to keep the Balboa part. He was like, "That should be your rap name," because I don't remember if he said I'd be knocking people out with my punchlines or it was something along that line. And so I kept the Balboa part, and I've been like Busy Balboa since I don't know. It's been a lot of years I've been Busy Balboa, but I just slammed it together, and yeah, that's
Shit,
the
Bizzy be
name.
like, hey, yo, Adrian.
Yeah, that shit used to be funny because we used to actually redo those type of the Apollo and all that shit. Rocky Balboa, all of that. We used to redo that, all those skits. We used to show out. That shit is funny, but a lot of the videos got lost because he used to put them on TwitVid, and that shit is gone. I don't even know where
Yeah, yeah.
their website is at. So,
Yeah, I never even heard of that, to be honest.
yeah, it was like a random ass website. We used to be like, put it on YouTube, but now we can't get them. I'm like, fuck. But yeah,
They've been lost to time.
lost in time, lost files. Maybe one day if I'm like I blow up, they'll find it and be like, we got them. Like hell yeah, nigga. I need that shit.
Shit, man.
I'm
That's
about to
fucking-
copyright this shit.
They gonna try to sell it. They were like, oh yeah, we gotta sell it to you. We gotta sell it back. Like, damn, how much?
$5.
I got it. I got 5 on it.
Best I got is an ounce. The weed comes easier than the cash nowadays. Do this.
It's so many websites that have done that though. Like that we used to use way before, like I don't know, the websites we use now. They used to be up, and now they're like fucking gone, and all the stuff that I used to have on there are gone. It's like old music, shit is gone. What happened?
It was like MySpace.
Yeah, I can't even get in my MySpace. Like I've tried.
Yeah,
I've
no,
tried.
yeah, I
and
tried.
God
This, I
damn.
tried, and I can't remember my password. I don't even know if
I
that
have
shit's still
no
around.
idea.
I forget MySpace still exists, dude.
It's crazy that
It's
they still
a thing. Yeah,
around.
it's still a thing. Fuck.
It was so fun at one point. Like it was the
Yeah,
shit.
it was. Being able to customize like your own background, see your top 10 friends and shit.
Ooh,
Yeah,
people getting
it was
upset.
different.
Why not in your top 8? Like, oh shit, fuck. You gotta rotate people out and shit.
Every other week, it's a different roster.
I miss that. I miss that shit.
Hey, Scott's James Baruch is saying everything green goes. I don't know what that means, bro. Honestly,
Everything green goes. Yeah.
Fuck that mean.
I don't know, bro. Scott, are you still out there? Let me know what that means.
I don't
I'm
meant
a
to
little
be-
confused.
I don't mean to be an asshole. I just want to know because I'm curious.
I'm a little.
Everything gringo. I've had a gringo burrito before. You've had a gringo burrito before?
Nah,
Carne
what-
asada and basically sour cream, right, Louis?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
Nah, I haven't.
Yeah.
No, it's just crazy.
It
What
sounds-
is
it
that,
sounds pretty
Scott?
good,
Let me
though.
know.
Shit,
Like,
if I ever feel like breaking my diet, I'm gonna have to go and check that out.
a gringo
I never
burrito?
had one of them.
Nah, damn. I know you had a Cali, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Something similar, but it's like more basic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
More meat, less bulls, less other shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Less ingredients. You know, the
Yeah,
more meat
yeah.
you get, you know?
Yeah.
hmm Most of the time, you go to when you're in California, you get like burritos like
Arms huge. I normally cut it in half and only can like eat one half, and that's just good for me. You
That was
gotta
like dinner and
roll the other
breakfast.
half up later. Like what the fuck, bro?
That's like dinner and breakfast right there, man. Fuck.
that
They know my order when I pull up to all my little spots. I go to the same
What
spots.
would be your spots?
Shit, really the ones closest to the house.
That'd be the same
Yeah,
spots
that's
for me,
true.
dog.
Same spots, like-
Walking distance.
Some people be like, "You should go here and there." I'm like, "That shit ain't by my house." Like,
It's
I'm
on
just trying to go
that's
get
not
me
my way
something to eat
home.
real quick. But yeah, I'm like crazy for my burritos and stuff now. Like I don't feel like I can eat it if I go somewhere else because I don't want to be disappointed. I feel like San Diego got that shit, got the fire Mexican food. I don't know. A lot of people say Texas. I don't know what y'all think about that.
Nah, I've been to Texas. Their Mexican food is lame.
Shit,
It's not the same as San Diego.
Not the
Yeah,
same.
It
no,
doesn't compare. Nothing compares to the Mexican food in
yeah.
San
Well, what they
Diego.
consider Mexican food is like Tex-Mex over here,
Oh
like Taco
no,
Bell style stuff.
Taco Bell. Okay, no,
Yeah, nah. I
that ain't
remember.
a real deal.
I remember when I was out there in Texas, I was like, "Let me get a burrito, dude. That should look like a flour tortilla rolled taco, bro."
Oh
It was
no,
like nothing in there, and I
man.
was like, "Damn, $5 for this? That's hella cheap."
Yeah,
And then I saw why it was like $5 because it wasn't a Cali burrito. Like it's
Dang, they fooled you.
yeah.
they
I
did.
like the real deal.
Yeah, no, I remember my uncle because he used to live out here before he moved to Texas, and we did California burritos for everybody there. Dog, they were fucking shocked. They're like, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, "That's a Cali burrito. Like this shit is huge." Like, yeah,
That's the
yeah.
real deal.
You should have told him this to change your life.
Everybody be telling me when I fly out there, I want to go to the best spot. I'm like, man, you ain't
There's a
ready.
lot of best spots.
You ain't ready.
I'm gonna go out to the best spot. Be like, "This is the best spot." Yeah,
It's like in
We're
the
gonna have to
most-
go everywhere. Like,
It could be like in the most ghettoest part or whatever, like town you're in, bro, and it'll be like the bombest place
Mhm.
right there, bro.
That's true.
normally that's the spots that I be liking to go to, like the mom and pop type of joints, little small little shacks.
Mhm.
Like they be having some good ass food. And
and you look in there, you're a little confused. You're like,
you like, is this a house or is this?
Is this a house or a restaurant?" Yes.
Am I in the living room
Where do
right
I
now?
go to go in the kitchen? Okay.
They got that small ass fucking speaker box and shit that you talk into. You're like, what the fuck? Fucking half the light of the menu's already out and shit, and it's already graffitied and shit.
Like, do y'all have like a restaurant certificate or anything? Like, no. Just do you want something to eat or not? Okay.
Yeah, $3.
Great. Big ass plate.
Yeah, they fucking load that shit up. Hey, Scott is saying it's one of his songs, meaning it stays anything goes. Have a good night, gang. Stay up and never give up. Thank you, Scott. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you.
Scott.
I'm glad I got to know what that was. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it
it's
was, it
one of
was
the
a trip.
songs.
It was
Yeah.
a trip. It's one of his songs. Shoot us a link, bro. Shoot us a link if you
Should have
got
shot
it.
the link instead of just saying it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it would have been cooler. But thank
Nice
you. Though. Thank
plug.
you.
Nice plug.
Nah, man, that shit is crazy. But when was the last time you've performed live?
Man, I haven't performed since 2019. COVID kind of ruined it. I had a couple of shows lined up last year, a bunch of them. But yeah, I didn't want to really at first. You know how it was when COVID first hit. That shit was so
Mhm.
crazy. Like I didn't know what to think, so I wasn't trying to do nothing. I didn't want to go nowhere. But I don't know. I kind of got to a point where I'm just like, I'm gonna just wear my mask and do what I got to do. So this year, I got two shows coming up. March 27th, I'm actually performing twice. I perform with Primo Dirty, out there with him at the I think it's the music protest. Yeah, I forgot what the name of it was, but yeah, it's the music protest. And I'm gonna do that. And then later that night, I'm doing the Cosby with Yazi and a lot of the female artists out of San Diego. We doing like a all female lineup, and it's gonna be live on Twitch. They're gonna be doing giveaways, but you got to be on Twitch to win. And it's gonna be a lot of fun, like a lot of shit. Go Ham Radio is involved. They're gonna be hosting. You got a couple of people that's gonna be a part of it. It's gonna be real dope, a nice event. So I'm ready to do not both of those, knock those out, and hopefully I have a couple of more lined up this year. But right now, that's all I've committed to so far. But
Oh yeah, you feel excited for those events?
hell yeah, it's the first in a long time, and like with the one with I decided what I'm gonna do with Primo Dirty. I'm gonna perform some of the songs that I didn't get to perform with my last project because I didn't get to perform with any other songs because I released it in July of last year. So I'm gonna drop some of those. I'm gonna perform some of those, but with Yazi, I'm gonna do some of the purification tracks. So I'm excited because people gonna get the best of both. So if y'all tune in, I hope to be able to get someone to, I'm definitely should have somebody record me live with the Primo Dirty performance, but the Yazi one will be live on Twitch. So as long as everybody tune in, they'll be able to see that. And it's gonna be dope, man. The females that's a part of that, they dope. You got Natalie, Yazi, Verde, different people. A couple of women I haven't met yet. Till Ideal, some other females I haven't met yet, but it's gonna be dope.
Is it an all female event?
Yeah, all female
Oh
hip hop
shit. Okay.
highnesses. Hip
Oh,
hop
that's dope. I
highnesses.
like that. I like that.
Yeah, that's a dope name. They came up with that. But yeah, I'm,
Triple
I'm
H.
ready.
I was thinking the same thing, bro. Triple
Triple H,
H.
hip hop highnesses. Yeah, this
Damn.
shit gonna be fire. I went and checked out Casbah and just saw like the setup that they got. That shit is dope. They got a nice little setup, different cameras set up, the DJ. They got the lighting. That shit gonna be so fire. So I'm ready. I'm excited.
Hell yeah. And when did you say those dates were again?
March 27th.
March
Yeah,
27th.
I believe the one at Cosby starts at 8 p.m. on Twitch, and I think I'm performing with Primo Dirty at 2 p.m. and that's gonna be at Balboa Park. So
Okay. Oh, so that one's like an actual like
yeah,
live
yeah,
performance.
you guys could come and see me with that one, and then the one on March 27th, the one at the Cosby, that one is live on Twitch, so you can just tune in and watch that one.
Damn, that's fucking awesome.
But yeah, it's gonna be dope, man.
So what got you into music in the first place?
Man, honestly, I was just born like loving this shit. Like,
Hmm.
um, since I can remember, I've always like really super loved like writing, and like music has always been a part of it. I've done that my entire life. Like, my mom would find me in the closet with headphones on, like just pretending like I was on stage, and she would just close the closet door and let me be me. Like, she ain't never judged me or like call like any type of center to come pick me up. She just let me, listen to my music. But they always got me like boom boxes and CDs and stuff for Christmas because I always wanted the same thing. Like, I always just like wanted. I was like super into different artists that were always on the cover of the magazines because I got like a subscription to my Vibe magazine. So
Mhm.
anybody that was like on the cover, I wanted their album. Anybody like. I didn't care if it was TLC or Cameron or anybody. Like, I listened to everybody growing up, so that's why it's hard to answer that question when people be like, "Who's your top five?" Like, shit, like I don't know. I listened to everybody. I went through a wave. Like, I still got CDs, and I'm like, when I go through it, I'm like, damn, I was so young to have such a good taste and shit like in music. Like, I listened to so many different artists, and it was different genres too. It was pop, like it's some Backstreet Boy shit in there. It's NSYNC in there. It's like all kind of different people. Fat
Mhm.
Joe, Big Pun. It's so many different people in there. 3 6 Mafia. So I don't know. I just grew up loving it, and I ended up going to the art institute after I graduated high school in Atlanta. And just once I started to learn from them, because I never really had recording equipment, I just recorded like on my little, little microphones on the little computer, like those little small
Mhm.
ones. Used to do shit like that, and then like my mom bought me like a little police tape recorder. That's what I call them. She bought me one of them with the little tapes, and I would like hold that shit and rap on that motherfucker all the time. And like I would re-record over the tapes because I never would buy another one and just keep like rapping over the motherfuckers.
Were these just like freestyles or what?
Yeah, freestyles because I never had a idea of how people got like the stuff to record. Like, my mom had just barely got a computer and we had just got dial up internet, so I really didn't know how people recorded music yet.
Mhm.
And whenever I like got little stuff like that, I was like, okay, so I was slowly learning. And then once I went through high school, I got like some equipment and I would go to some people's studios around like the city. But it wasn't until college whenever I really saw like how people record music, and I met with this girl named Big B, and she taught me how to like really record. And she had like a little indie label with a bunch of South Carolina artists on there. And she was like, I want to have you on the label with us. It was like a little independent label. So I started rapping with them and meeting other people around the dorm. We would do music together, and like once I started knowing how to do that, I was like, I want to perform. So we would go around Atlanta and we would perform. Atlanta is different because compared to any other place I live, like they used to have like buckets on the stage where people could like go up and put money in the bucket if they liked you. And then they would take the money out at the end and give you the money in the bucket. And I never experienced nothing like that before either. So I was able to start making a little money. So we would do that on like the weekends, go perform at like little local clubs and stuff in Atlanta. And I was 18. So I just started to be committed after I started to see stuff like that, like how you can record it, you can make money from it, you can like build a team. And then I just decided that I was gonna make my own little label, and I ended up having to go back to my hometown after I left Atlanta, and I went down there and I kind of recreated what I saw in Atlanta with her and her label. I made my own, and I called it ACAB ENT, a crew about business.
Yeah.
That's
And
cool.
we took over my hometown for a little while. We were on the radio. We had music videos. Like everybody knew us, but with all of that type of local attention, we started to get big heads. We started going to jail and shit, man. It kind of just started to die down. Like we was just getting into too much trouble, everybody.
Hmm.
And I ended up meeting a girl and I moved away and she was in the military, and that's kind of how I ended up being out here. So that's like the whole journey of it. But the music part, it just started there, and it kind of just, once I saw that I could make money and I could perform and stuff, I just was like, this is me. This is what I'm gonna do.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
That's sick. Were you able to get like studio time out there, or did you
Y-
just
Yeah,
eventually do
like
it yourself?
I learned a lot from people there, and a lot of people in Atlanta would record me because some of the students there, they was still learning how, like a lot of them going to school for audio engineering. I didn't even know, because I ended up getting sent to that school because I was in trouble with the law in my hometown. So
Oh shit.
my mom sent me to that school just to kind of get me away from all the people I knew in my hometown. And once I got there, I was like, I'm here for advertising. Like, what the fuck? She just put me in anything. And the whole time they had an audio engineering part. And I'm like, I should have been in that shit. So they got like microphones and all kind of setups whenever you went for that. But with advertising, you can get shit but a big ass art bag. So I used to have to meet people that were there for audio engineering just so I could be like, yo, you got a studio? Like I used to be like a crackhead. You got a studio? Like what dorm room you in? And like thankfully people started to hear me rap. Like
It's like,
every
come
way you
on.
went, you had to rap. And at the time, I was good at freestyling back then. I would freestyle everywhere. And so I would rap everywhere. And people got to the point where they wanted me to record. They were like, come to my dorm room, 354, all that shit. So I met a bunch of people that lived on the seventh floor, and that shit was popping. Seventh floor was popping. It's a couple of people that was on the seventh floor that's kind of like making moves in like the industry. It's like they low key, you wouldn't really know them, but they doing some shit. But I met all of those people, and that's why I started to learn how to record, started to meet different people that was making moves in the industry. But Atlanta is a place where you can meet anybody, and they might the next day they might be somebody. Like it's so many different opportunities there when it comes to that music shit.
Yeah, it do be like that.
Yeah.
And it is changing in Atlanta. A lot of people are moving to Atlanta just for music now.
Yeah, like my brother, them they went to the art institute with Summer Walker. Like she was doing the same things that she's doing now, like playing her guitar, singing, and they always thought she was a great artist. And next thing you know, she's Summer fucking Walker. So it's like, damn, that shit can happen. I met some people that like one guy I met, he's friends with my cousin, but he turned out to be like Black Youngster's DJ. Like after I met him, I was like, damn, this is crazy how you could just be in Atlanta and you meet anybody, and it's like, damn, that motherfucker is somebody, they doing some moves. So I salute to Atlanta. They definitely making moves there. I feel like it's so much talent here in San Diego too. Like we could definitely have that same shit.
Oh no, San Diego's definitely changing, man.
It's
It's
changing.
starting to get a little bit more on the map when it comes to like artists out here.
Yeah, man. It's so
But
much talent here. It is
yes,
insane. And the biggest thing here, like these artists, they take themselves so serious. It's so different than any place I've ever been. Like everybody does their thing, but San Diego artists are very serious about their shit. So it is inspiring because it makes you want to be step up
yeah,
to your
yeah,
shit.
dude. And you hit it right there. That they're so committed to what they're doing, and
Hmm.
it just it's kind of sad that they don't get enough a spotlight, to
Yeah.
to broadcast their talents and stuff, because they are very talented
Hmm.
people out here, man. And it's sick, man. The San Diego scene, it's on the rise. So keep an eye out for that.
I've talked to so many people about that. I'm like, yeah, how come you wonder how come it's not like so many different San Diego artists in the industry? Because there's so many people here, and we're right here by like L.A. and so many people come here. I be seeing them all the time at San Diego Zoo and shit. It's like you see all these celebrities here in San Diego. It's like, what y'all doing here? If y'all ain't signing nobody, putting nobody on,
Oh, they're living.
they living in La Jolla and shit. Need to be putting somebody
They're
on.
living in the hills, bro. I think 21 Savage got on the tracks that I've been in the hills.
Yeah, man, dead ass.
Like, bruh, like, yeah, if you living out here, that's how you sometimes find yourself being like and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it is cool.
It's a dope ass scene out here though. Like, when I decided to start performing here, and I think it was like April 2019, it was a lot of love immediately. Like, it's been love ever since I started performing out here. So I'm excited for the future out here. Definitely.
What is one of the main differences you've seen between hip hop here in San Diego and back in your hometown?
Yeah, it's definitely multicultural out here, and it's like it's nothing is the same. You know how they always complain and talking about, oh, everybody in Atlanta sound the same. You can't really say that about San Diego. You never could say California in general. I don't feel like you can say that about the music here. It's too many different variations of sounds. I really don't feel like the sounds in Atlanta are the same. I feel like you definitely could tell the difference between 21 Savage and Future or something like that, but
like there's like they might be going for like the same genre type, but
yeah.
there's a sound that you gotta put down like your signature,
Yeah,
like
I
no
agree
matter what
with
you
you.
do.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
you. But it's I also feel like as far as like I feel like maybe Atlanta artists or the artists just down there in the South, I feel like they have a better system of helping each other get on, or because they
Mhm.
Yep.
definitely it's like a ladder effect. You'll see if you go back in old videos, you'll see old videos like of Gucci Man, and it'll be like a young Waka Flocka Flame in the background with little ass dress. It's like, damn, they were always hanging out. It's like they kind of put things in motion so that everybody goes with them. So
Mhm.
I don't necessarily see that. It might be because it ain't the same opportunities over here. Like we just said, but it's a lot of different little small differences. But for the
Mhm.
most part, like I said, all of us artists are the same. You know.
Yeah, no, it's a trip, and I think when it comes down to it, it's like the deals that some of the artists are getting because
Yeah.
there's no artist in San Diego that's signed to like a major label where they're actually fucking pushing out their material.
Yeah.
I think I think still one of the bigger artists out here is still maybe Nick Cannon or some shit like that, right?
Oh shit. Yeah.
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 Yeah, you're actually not wrong about that.
Reggie Bush maybe, but he's an athlete, he's not really
Yeah.
an artist.
Yeah. It
Now,
it should be more love.
Yeah, no doubt. Because that's why people move to LA for real. Like people from
Yeah.
San Diego, they move to
And
LA.
honestly, I don't, no shade to LA, but I feel like San Diego is, as far as like the things to do and the view and everything, I just like it more, in my opinion. It's it's a lot more to see.
Hell yeah, it's chiller. Just like the people in general, it's a vibe all around.
Yeah, not they got a lot of access in LA though. So shout out to LA. But I just like San Diego. I could see myself like always staying here, honestly. Like getting me like a house here and staying for sure. Like I don't really want to leave. It's tough because sometimes I miss my family. I want to move closer, but sometimes I'm like, maybe I could just like keep my spot here and just visit them for weeks and months at a time. Like it's hard because I love this shit. I really love San Diego. I really love it here, but I don't know.
how long have you been out here in San Diego?
Shit. Since 2014.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah. But I feel like the first 3 years that I was here, like I wasn't really here because I was too busy like in my head trying to survive, I
You
was
was
I was new.
working, grinding
Yeah.
out here because
First 3 to 4
yeah,
years, like I wasn't really here.
yeah.
I had to figure this shit out. Everything was new as far as like it's so big, like trying to maneuver around and then like just learning about different areas, and it was just a lot to learn, a lot to take in. I've lived in a lot of different places and I always will up and move. That's kind of part of the busy part. Like I've lived in Florida, Alabama, I lived in Texas, Kentucky, all kind of places. But I never lived nowhere like this. This was big. This was a big move. And I kind of moved here 3 different times. You know what I'm saying? The first time it was with that ex that I was telling you about. And then like the second time it was when I left that ex and decided to come back on my own. And then the third time was like I had went back for a little while thinking that I couldn't do it, and I decided, no, just go back. You got to do it. You can do it, because I just kind of went through that range of emotions where I was trying to prove to myself that I could survive on my own. And I kind of wanted to stay here because I had already been here for a certain amount of time. So I
Mhm.
Yeah.
chose to stay the farthest place away from my family and just like prove to myself. I don't know what I was trying to prove, but that I could do it, that I could be by myself. So I decided to stay out here, and I stayed in my car for a little while, man, for a while. And I got a homie. He's a Salvadoran homie. I met him at the Art Institute out here because I ended up transferring to the one out here. And his family, they embraced me into their home, so I stayed with them for a while. And then I slowly started getting my own shit, and now I'm able to live on my own. But it was a process. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely don't recommend people do shit like that. But I've always been sporadic as fuck. So when I came out here, like, I had nowhere to stay. I ain't had shit. Like, it was definitely tough, but shit, I was determined. Like, I don't know. I was
Builds
determined.
character.
Yeah.
Builds character, sis.
It definitely did, man. Like, humbled the hell out of me. But hey, it was good. It's crazy because like the second time I moved out here, I lost my wallet at the train station in Atlanta.
Oh
And
fuck.
everything in me was telling me to turn around. Like, I was like, nope, that's a sign. Don't go. Like, but I was looking at it like, shit, I've lost my wallet in Atlanta before, and I ended up that I was trying to like make it on my own, and I ended up going back home and being stuck there, and I got in trouble with the law, and I was on probation. So I was like, what happens if you turn around? You're gonna run into some shit. You already did it before.
Mhm.
You don't know what happens if you just try to keep going. So they fucked around and let me on the plane without an ID. I just happened to have a piece of paper with a copy of my ID on there. It was like a background check. It was for some reason it was in my fucking luggage, but they let me go through with that. And I came out here with no ID, no nothing, and I ended up they found my wallet and mailed it to me out here. And that was the second time I came out here, and then I left because it was hard. It was hard. I ain't know nobody. But I was only gone for like maybe 2 weeks, and then I was like, fuck this shit. I was looking around Georgia. I was like, man, I'd rather fucking struggle in pine, the big ass palm trees. I was like, these pine trees ain't it. I want the palm trees. So, and after living my whole life in Georgia, I was like, man, I've had enough of this. I'm gonna see if I can do that shit. So I went. I came again, and I've been here ever since. I've been here ever since.
No, that's crazy, busy. That's almost 7 years now.
Yeah, this
Hey,
shit is
shout out to you, man.
crazy.
Keep keep
Hey,
pushing it, keep grinding it. That's why you're out here in your podcast and your music, man. And we're wishing that everything falls in your place and it goes
man,
well.
I appreciate that, man. I believe in God, so I feel like it's all praise to God. I couldn't have done it on my own. It was tough as fuck, like couch surfing and living with different people you don't really know and shit. It was rough. And then sometimes I was just staying in my whip because I had like a beat up Chevy, and I was just standing in my car, but somebody tried to break in that shit one night when I was in there, and I was like, I got to get out of my fucking car. I can't do this shit no more. Hell no. So
Damn, so that's crazy.
yeah, cause I didn't know where the fuck I was at. I'm up here parking my car over there in fucking Lemon Grove. Like, of course somebody tried to break in my damn car. Like, what the fuck you doing? But I didn't know. I was new to San Diego. I was just parking my damn car, and they had me working at a T-Mobile over there. So I was really just trying to park close so I didn't have to go
Yeah,
that far.
yeah.
Trying to be smart, but no, that shit was not smart, my.
He's like, the area I picked wasn't the type of area I thought it was.
Yeah, it was
Because
not
California looks deceiving everywhere.
right. I'm like, yeah, this is not no. But thank God they didn't get in and they ran off as soon as I woke up. I just hit the horn. They took off running. I was like, okay, never sleep here again. Noted. But yeah, like it wasn't that bad because I just was working a lot. Honestly, it was only bad whenever you got an off day and the whole day you got to figure out what the fuck to do. You ain't got nowhere to stay, so you just fucking all around the whole San Diego, just every damn where. But when you at work, all you got to worry about is nighttime, and by then you tired of shit. You don't care where you just want to park and go to sleep. So it wasn't that bad, but it definitely was challenging as fuck, especially being a female, it ain't ideal.
Mhm.
So I just went through that shit. I feel like it definitely built a lot of character and it just humbled the fuck out of me. Like I never get the big head. And that's kind of why I took that personal with the whole park sleeping in your car shit. Cause I was like, I've been there and they don't know what people go through. They don't know the story. Cause yeah, it was shelters and stuff, but it's like first come, first serve. And a lot of that stuff,
Mhm.
you read the reviews and people are telling you like people be stealing shit or somebody's gotten shanked or cut in that motherfucker. And it's like, I'd rather sleep in my car than be around that type of energy. So that's the shit that I was trying to express to them council people. It's like, yeah, y'all might have little shit like that, but I feel safer in my car than around a bunch of ass strangers in this motherfucking community type of place that y'all done got, and it ain't safe like that. You feel me? So, that's the reason why I spoke out about that. But yeah, you never know what people be going through. So that's why,
Mhm.
I be humble. I be real humble with a lot of shit because, you never know. Like I used to wear a big ass smile every day, but nobody at that job knew anything about my living condition. You feel me? So, you just gotta be careful with folk. You never know what people going through. You feel me?
Yeah, big time.
Big time.
Hey, Louis, you ready to fucking play a couple of Busy's jams?
Yeah, yeah. I'm down to play that. I'm on the YouTube right now.
Hey.
Yeah, no, we have actually been playing your music video
Yeah,
the last couple
I done caught a
episodes.
couple clips. I appreciate that. That's big love.
Yeah, no, it's a dope video. It's anti. That's the one I played
Yeah, that's
last
my
too.
shit. I love that one.
So which one would you want us to play, Busy?
Shit, we could do answer.
Anti. All right, we'll play that for you guys. We're gonna go take a quick break, and we shall be back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anti social. I ain't your motherfucking bro, we can't do business. It ain't no love. Let's just get right down to business. A lot of you niggas acting like bitches. Probably done raised some of you niggas. Knowledge I gave some of you niggas. No hard feeling. No hard feeling. Award winning, that sound different on a different way. Hope you follow the road I paved, children. You can see what it's like. Sacrifices I made. I'm not new to this, damn it. Tired of hearing that static. In my house I work magic. With my altar I practice. Love goes beyond caskets. Gotta feed the old habits. Singing songs and do dances. Life ain't giving fair chances. Yeah, programmed by the telephone in my hand. Thought you never trapped me. Where did all it begin? We don't watch the news, we watch TMZ. I don't follow rules, I'm just doing me. They say money talks, I speak it fluently. In the heat of the night, I got the tool on me. Niggas out you out over some jewelry. Niggas out you out in front of jury. In the heat of the night, I got the tool on me. They say money talks, I speak it fluently. I ain't your motherfucking sis, we can't do business. It ain't no let's just get right down to business. Like you queens acting like bitches. Probably done raised some of you bitches. Knowledge I gave some of you bitches. No hard feelings. Award winning, that sound different on a different way. Hope you follow the road I paved, children. You can see what it's like. Sacrifices I made. I'm not new to this, damn it. Must be cursed on this planet. People taking advantage. Broken, how can I manage? Love goes beyond caskets. We ain't living that long. Life ain't giving fair chances. We do dances, sing songs. Programmed by the telephone in my hand. Thought you never trapped me. Where did all it begin? We don't watch the news, we watch TMZ. I don't follow rules, I'm just doing me. They say money talks, I speak it fluently. In the heat of the night, I got the tool on me. Niggas out you out over some jewelry. Niggas out you out in front of jury. In the heat of the night, I got the tool on me. They say money talks, I speak it fluently. Yeah. They say money talks, I speak it fluently. Yeah. In the heat of the night, I got the tool of me.
Yeah, AKBNT. Shout out to all my blood niggas worldwide. What up, Gucci? Yeah. YNTO. Young niggas with hella swag and shit. All murder beats, not kill shows. Fuck hoes with dildos. Little nigga with big goals. I stay down like 10 toes. Young niggas, we winning. Fuck nigga, be quiet. 2 blunts that gas and I won't hesitate to fire it. Okay, free my nigga Cody. Rest in peace, nigga B. Lord protect me in the streets against the enemy. Walk around with a Glock, you got the wrong one today. Couple shooters on my team and they gon' move when I say. She got a spending habit, but she fine as can be. I'll take an average ass bitch before I spend all my cheese. You gotta play your fucking role, what we're giving to you. Either learn from your mistakes or keep living the fool. Pull up to the club, all the bitches watch. Nash, keep, I be taking shots. Niggas say they trapping, they don't know pots. Niggas say they rapping, they don't know spots. Pull up to the mall, all the haters watch. Dunking in the paint, I be taking shots. Niggas say they shooters, they don't know the glocks. Pussy nigga flexing like he on now. Nigga with an attitude, no easy eat. You'll never get no rest, you go to war with me. Bunch of niggas hating like I got a deal. Pull my toys out the box, this ain't no happy meal. Pussy nigga flexing for a fucking bitch. Die for her, now she riding on my homie bitch. Bitch, I'm everywhere, like a stop sign. Can't tell these bitch niggas apart like I'm cross-eyed. You make words rhyme, I make them make sense. And hope it makes sense, niggas gotta pay the rent. Fuck niggas can't see me, you got raised eyes. Ruger to your face and I won't compromise. Pull up to the club, all the bitches watch. Nash in the key, I be taking shots. Niggas say they trapping, they don't know pots. Niggas say they rapping, they don't know spots. Pull up to the mall, all the haters watch. Dunking in the paint, I be taking shots. Niggas say they shooters, they don't know glocks. Pussy nigga flexing like he on now. Pull up to the club, all the bitches watch. Dunking in the paint, I be taking shots. Go. My bitch cheated on me, I left her. Ain't violent, but she lucky ain't slept her. Make a wish on the tip of my scepter. Imperialism, I got levels. Open my stomach, I got devils, rebels. Born just to challenge your measures, schedules. Full ain't even ate breakfast, reckless fools. Now we clearing our Lexus, Nexus. Hoes ain't even been checking, flexing. Real gold inside of my necklace, Texas. Baby on my line, she's selfish. Never ask me about my wellness. When it's on my phone, I'm careless. Plus, I caught amnesia like cherish. She wanted the truth, I made a ferret. Ain't violent, but you try me, I'm an heir. Bow down, shit, you know it's that boy. Boss busy, I don't know what they told you. I just know that it's over. I'm the angel, the vulture. Got people yelling at culture when people made it illegal for all my folks to be vocal. Will it ever be over? As I stay at the sofa, we made love them before, but we ain't in love no more. But we make love in the mornings. We just touch cause we horny. Always be acting funny till your hormones start humming. Then my phone start blowing, and I'm already knowing. We only having fun, but I reap what I'm sowing. Already know it. Say that you a freak, are you willing to show? Already know it. Got a couple friends hop in if they go. Already know it. Hey, how much you showing depend how much I'm throwing. I been about every corner, I ain't never burnt the bridge, but I know a couple hoes try to drown me in the ship. Gotta crown me in this bitch the way I made it out, faded out, moved around, played it out, making moves, changing routes. First to do it from my city if you ask me. No need to pack me and fuck a taxi. Wavy like Max B, I'm with a half meat. My bitch cheated on me, I left her. Ain't violent, but she lucky ain't slept her. Make a wish on the tip of my scepter. Imperialism, I got levels. Open my stomach, I got devils, rebels, born just to challenge your measures, schedules. Full ain't even ate breakfast, reckless fools. Now we clearing our Lexus, Nexus, hoes ain't even been checking, flexing. Real gold inside of my necklace, Texas. Baby on my line, she's selfish. Never ask me about my wellness. When it's on my phone, I'm careless. Plus, I caught amnesia like cherish. She wanted the truth, I made her ferret. Ain't violent, but you try me, I'ma air it. Can't give up now. Life will take you up, then drop you down. You just can't give up. Can't give up now. I got faith the size of a mustard seed. Don't talk about me, just pray for me. I got faith the size of a mustard seed. Don't talk about me, just pray for me. Pray for me. All praise to the Most High another day. Spark up something in the living room and meditate. Ain't perfect, but I aim to please. Something different in my spirit, feel the change in me. I wanna make mama proud and my family too. Life don't come with no instruction, who's the manual? God, that's word to the Elohim. I'm a witness by the way that you've been blessing me. Now remember, I ain't perfect, but I aim to please. You can do what you like, have your way with me, God. I ain't trying to say your name in vain. I just love you, you was there for me through all the pain. I know you gotta do your work, so I stand the rain. You lift my stepmother up and let her stand again. I know you everywhere, I thank you, I can't say it enough. Please forgive me for my sins. Life keep watching over us. Up, then drop you down. You just can't give up. Can't give up now. I got faith the size of a mustard seed. Don't talk about me, just pray for me. I got faith the size of a mustard seed. Don't talk about me, just pray for me. Pray for me. All praise to the Most High another day. Cook up something in the kitchen, then I meditate. I ain't been to church in a minute. Nah, I ain't bragging about it. Let me finish my sentence. I'm a sinner and you judge me by my choice of clothes. Seem like ain't nobody worried about my precious soul. God, have mercy on me too. And thank God I don't look like what I've been through. Now remember, I ain't perfect, but I aim to please. You can do what you like, have your way with me, God. I ain't trying to say your name in vain, God. You done made a way when I ain't see a thing, God. That's word to the Elohim. I'm a witness by the way that you've been blessing me. Know you everywhere, I thank you, I can't say it enough. Please forgive me for my sins, keep watching over us. Then drop you down. You just can't give up. Can't give up now. My grandma used to be like, if I had my ticket, Lord, can I ride? If I had my ticket, Lord, can I ride? They say that life goes on in time, will heal all my wounds. Life goes on, and my heart's broken, split in two. Every day I wake up missing you. Every day I wake up missing you. They say that life goes on in time, will heal all my wounds. Life goes on, and my heart's broken, split in two. Every day I wake up missing you. Every day I wake up missing you. How I'm supposed to sleep, man, I ain't eating much. Dealing with my losses, I've been out of touch. God don't make mistakes, grandma used to say. I can see the death creeping in the face. Couldn't say goodbye, so we just said I love you so much. Aline, you was my queen, just know I'm thinking of you. Yeah, fell to my knees when I got that call. Spirit never dies, I wanna talk is all. Landed in the bay, bro, I was headed home. My brother hit my line, said Steven took his own. Hurt us to the core, how the fuck this happened? We grew playing catch, dancing, singing, rapping. More than my little cousin, you was like a brother. Yeah, couldn't wait for heaven cause you missed your mother. Yeah, all the family arguing, we blamed each other. Hope I get to see you in another. Yeah. They say that life goes on in time, will heal all my wounds. Life goes on, and my heart's broken, split in two. Every day I wake up missing you. Every day I wake up missing you. I'm fucked up. They say that life goes on in time, will heal all my wounds. Life goes on, and my heart's broken, split in two. Every day I wake up missing you. Every day I wake up missing you. I'm fucked up. Lately I've been in my feelings, can't you tell? No matter what I go through, I prevail. All I had was family before I had a fan. It's crazy, I can't even call Stan Chan. Spent so many days hanging by your side. Hurt me that I couldn't be there when you died. The good die young, we got a date with death. Your name lives on to my last breath. Praying for some peace, I need tranquility. Always did for others, they couldn't do for me. Yeah, more than a best friend, you my homie lover. Yeah, always wore a smile even when you suffer. Yeah, OZ28, swear I can't forget. Never forget all the years of love, countless Vegas trips. Yeah, always missed on earth, God got a plan. Yeah, love and miss you, James, from your first grand. They say that life goes on in time, will heal all my wounds. Life goes on, and my heart's broken, split in two. Every day I wake up missing you. Every day I wake up missing you. Every day I'm fucked up. They say that life goes on in time, will heal all my wounds. Life goes on, and my heart's broken, split in two. Every day I wake up missing you. Every day I wake up missing you. If I had my ticket, Lord, can I ride? If I had my ticket, Lord, can I ride?
Damn, those colors look tight.
That's what I mean by it. Like everything, all that stuff is symbolic. It's like you would kind of have to know a little bit about me to know to feel that song.
Mm.
That song right there. I wrote that because like between 2018 and 2019, it was like a string of shit that kept happening like nonstop. Like I lost my best friend in June, and then my cousin committed suicide in October, and then my uncle died from cancer in November. And that same day, my brother proposed to his girlfriend. So it was like a up and down emotion. It was like I'm happy, but our uncle died. It was like And then the next year, my cousin got married, and my grandma passed away, and then my brother got married, and then my stepmom got in like the most awful car accident with a drunk driver and damn near died. So it was like too much shit. And so I wrote that song and I put all of that in that song. I was talking about all that shit about every single person that it was like back to back. And then the car accident, I was talking about that a little bit too. Cause it was like so much stuff. Like I was like, damn, like I don't know. It just felt like damn. So that song is like super deep, and the reason why like on the cover it's like yellow sunflowers and stuff like that because my grandmother that was her favorite color, and like she was kind of going by Sunshine before she passed away. So that's why in my background on that last project, it's like yellow sunflowers behind me.
Damn.
So yeah, man, a
Yeah,
lot
no,
of different shit. And like the last album, if you go down the track list, it spells rest in peace. Each song, like the first song is reverse, the next song is empirical, and then it's like so on and so forth. Should know tranquility, so that's rest, and then so on and so forth. So like I was just deep as hell on that last project, like trying to hit everybody from all kind of angles symbolically.
Yeah, no, it was a good mixture of songs that we're playing right now.
hmm
yeah, they were all nice.
Yeah, they're all dope. I was seeing shit. Which one was it right here?
That California, that's a lot of people favorite that I made. I made that just to kind of show people out here I can make that vibe too. You know, that type of California music. I was like,
Hmm.
I could hang with y'all. So a lot of people like that one out here.
California, and that's the one that has a snippet, right?
hmm
Ah, okay, I see it. I see it.
Yeah, they like that one.
And is this the one that's coming up soon, or is this just a snippet?
Yeah, that was on the last project. I didn't make a full video for that one,
Okay.
but the track is it's out on Spotify and everything.
Yeah, that's dope. What is your process behind when you're making music?
Honestly, like I catch vibes from different like things in my life. Sometimes I'll mix fiction with my like real life.
Hmm.
I like to kind of tell dark stories just to kind of bring awareness to certain things. Like on my upcoming project, I got a track called Mortality, and I feel like that shit is gonna hit people from all kind of angles because like I mixed in a lot of the things that's in my real life, but I mixed it also with fictional things and also other people's lives that I know about, different people that are my friends that have passed away. I've mixed their stories in with certain things just to kind of draw awareness to the problems that we have in the world. Like we got the police type of thing with the unarmed killings, and then we also have, just in our own neighborhoods, the black community, we got a lot of beef, different people killing each other, and so I'm talking. I don't really be one sided when I be talking about these issues. I talk about all of them. Like I'll talk about, yeah, we got unarmed killings, but I'll talk about us killing each other too. And I'll talk about how, sometimes we kill ourselves by the stuff that we do. And it's not to make it seem like I'm perfect. I be calling myself out on my shit too in the music, but it's just I like to talk about real life shit and to draw people
Hmm.
in. So a lot of times I like to just be real. I like my music to be real. I don't really like to sometimes I have fun. Like, I got the Nasty Mommy track where I'm just having fun. I got all the girls at the pool and we having fun. But for the most part, I like to be real serious and talk about real issues. So the process really just be depending on what I'm feeling like talking about. Sometimes I just ramble and whatever come out,
Hmm.
come out. And like I said earlier, sometimes some of the music I don't really know what I'm trying to say. I'll hear this song and I'm like, I don't really understand that bar, even though it's my music. I'm like, and then later it hit me and I'm like, oh, I can interpret it this way. Like I know what I'm trying to say, and then I'll be able to break it down for myself so that if somebody asks me, I can answer that question. But a lot of times I just write and whatever come out, I'll look back and be like, what did I mean by that? You know what I mean?
Hmm. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't really know. I just be rambling sometimes, but I feel like I'm a storyteller type of artist. Like I
Hmm.
love to tell stories. I love to like go on a ramble. Sometimes it's about my real life, and sometimes it's not. But I just like to tell stories.
Hell yeah, that's fucking dope. So what's
Appreciate
next besides the live events and the podcast? What do you have any other things
it, man.
brewing?
Big love. Like we making that a brand. So the brand that I was going by, Live Full and Die Empty. Really, that was like inspiration from a motivational speaker, Les Brown, and that's kind of like his motto. I don't feel like that's like my original type of shit. So like I'm switching from going by that to Big Love because that's really my original. Well, that's what I go by. That's my what we've been saying for a year. So I'm making that a brand, getting my LLC for that. And right, I just got like some copies today about the new logo, the Big Love logo, and I'm working with my graphic design artist to like make new designs for the Big Love to go on the new merch. But I'm planning to do that and have an app for that shit so that people can download the app and order the clothes. Because I feel like if
Mm,
that shit is an app, everybody gonna want to
right.
download that shit and they're gonna be like ordering like crazy.
It's a little
Because
bit more official. Like
yeah,
you want to buy this, you got to download the app.
yeah, we
Yeah.
love apps. So I feel like once I get that app, people start running that up. It'll be great revenue. Like I'm building brand ambassadors and making it to where, they able to make commission and stuff. So cause I love to make everything full circle. It's like a
Mhm.
help me help you type of community whenever I work with people. So
Yeah.
I'm like, since you're doing this, let me help you and I promote you with this, and we always do stuff like that. But I'm trying to make it to where, all these brand ambassadors are able to make money. And also maybe some of them, maybe we can find a way where they can be a part of the Big Love. Maybe if some of them do graphics, maybe they can design one of the graphics and then we can kind of like highlight them as the graphic artist of the month or some shit like
Mhm.
that where they can build business for their own business. That's what I'm about, help me help you. So I'm just trying to grow that brand because I'm trying to make residual income. I want to work for myself. I don't feel like it's meant for me to be sitting in no damn office or nowhere for 8 hours a day. Like no shade to that. But I've been working my ass off. I'm ready to work for myself. So
Mhm.
I'm trying to figure out a way to do that. So I feel like the clothing brand is definitely a way. It's been doing really good since like 2016 when I started it. It's been doing all right, but it's up and down. And I feel like now that I'm learning more, I've been studying, I'll be able to make this something where I can make some money from it.
Mhm.
No,
So
most
that's
def.
really the thing right there. And then, the album. And we're gonna continue the podcast.
Eh,
Heck yeah.
do you have any plans for the podcast as it like making it visual instead of just audio?
Yeah, like I wanna keep it as I like the audio, but I feel like I'm gonna mix in a little bit more visual soon. It probably won't be all visual. It'll probably be only some of them visual and some of
Mhm.
them audio. But I feel like people want to know me a little bit more. I've been kind of like mysterious, I think, and I think people want to see me more. And so yeah, we definitely gonna go to some visual, where people can see us and interact with the other artists.
Hell yeah.
Bet.
Big
Yeah.
time. And there you go, guys. You heard it right here from Bizzy Balboa. Keep on checking her out. Check out that mixtape that's dropping hopefully May.
Yeah, man.
And the Get to Know Me podcast.
Thank you
Yep. Let them
guys.
know one more time where they can find you. Busy.
Man, y'all can find me on Instagram at BIZZYBALBOA. The podcast is G2KM podcast, well, underscore podcast on Instagram. Big love. As far as the clothing right now, you still can shop with me. LFTDE.bigcartel.com. You can still shop. But soon the site is going to go down when I switch to Big Love. So grab it while you can. And yeah, other than that, mostly Instagram. That's just where to find me. That's where I'm
Mhm.
always at.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming through and kicking it. We appreciate you.
Thank y'all,
Thank you
man.
so much. We'll see you soon.
Hell yeah.
Thank you to everybody tune in who's gonna be listening later. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. Brucey.
Shit. I'm gonna keep it light tonight.
All right.
Thanks for drinking up. Thanks for toking up your blunts, your pieces, your bongs, kicking back whether you're in the whip or you're in the crib or chilling in the backyard. Shit. Stay warm out there. And thanks for kicking it. Thanks for
G
Big
kicking it.
love.